Can you believe that Thanksgiving is next week? You know, I think there are a lot of people out there that think there's not much for us to be thankful for in the year 2020. How about you? I hope you can think of lots of things to be thankful for. You know, you're going to have an opportunity to share some of those things. Next week, we won't have Frontline clubs, but instead we'll have a special adults and kids together Thanksgiving praise service. It will be on Tuesday night instead of Wednesday night. And we'll sing some songs to praise God, but people will also share testimonies, which are stories to thank God about the things that He's done. I'd encourage you to think about what you can thank God for, and with your parents' permission, be ready to share that on that special praise service night. Tonight, we could talk about lots and lots of different things that we can thank God for, but we're going to focus on one thing, the greatest thing that we can thank God for. You know, it's cold today, but imagine with me that it was really, really cold. And imagine that you were outside. Maybe you went on a walk somewhere and it started snowing. That's no big deal, right? Snow is nice. In fact, I hope we get some snow this year. But then imagine that the snow started falling faster. That would still be okay, but maybe you would turn around and head home. Then, what if the snow became a blizzard? What if the snow was falling so thick and fast and the wind was blowing so strong that you couldn't even see your own hand in front of your face? That would be scary, wouldn't it? I don't know what I would do. But then, imagine that someone came along and they had the equipment they needed to get through that snow, and they had a line stretching back to where they had come from so they could find their way back in that blizzard. And they came and they picked you up and they carried you to somewhere warm and safe. How would you feel? You would be really thankful, wouldn't you? That person saved you from the blizzard. They maybe even saved your life. You were in trouble, but they came to the rescue. Do you remember what we talked about last week in Frontline? We are all in trouble because we're all sinners, right? And that's what we talked about. We talked about the fact that every one of us has sinned. But do you remember what Romans 5:8 says? You probably memorized that this week. It says, while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. You know John 3:16, right? Why don't you say it with me? For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. That verse is part of your memory passage for this week. And it's an important verse because it tells us that even though we're in trouble because of our sin, someone came to save us. Jesus came to save us from our sin. What a wonderful thing to be thankful for. It's the greatest thing that we can be thankful for. And that's what we're going to learn about in Frontline tonight. I hope that you have trusted in Jesus to save you from your sin.